Hello, greatness. You are welcome and tuned into Heirs of God TV, perfecting saints to become like Christ. Stay tuned for another inspiring episode from your host. And now, let's welcome Dr. Vincent Oppong.
Hello, greatness. How are you doing today? I believe you are doing fabulous. So, in our last book, we read The Way Out. The Way Out, still by Joseph Saber Banner. And we want to take up a new book called The Way Beyond. Initially, when this book was written, it was together with The Way Out, and it's been broken into two different books now, so they are more like a booklet. And so we want to take it from there, continue from The Way Out into The Way Beyond. So I want to read the preface and maybe the lesson number 1, depending on how long it is. As always, I try not to let these recordings go beyond 15 minutes or even 20 minutes max. And so that's how we're going to keep it at, right? So let's go on. The Way Beyond. The Way Beyond by Joseph Banner, and this is your brother Vincent Oppong. Preface. In our booklet, The Way Out was pointed the way to freedom from lack, in limitation, inharmony, disease, and unhappiness. And there is no excuse for any who faithfully follow the suggestions given to be any longer in such condition. The booklet has reached scores of thousands of readers, and many have been lifted by its truth into a new consciousness, and thereby into a new world where everything and everybody are changed. For they are seeing with new eyes, with new and a different understanding. That which appears is no longer what it seemed, but the good and the real are now visible and can be seen shining through all conditions and people, because they are now looked for, and the former negative tendencies are tabooed and not allowed to enter the consciousness. This is not the case with all, of course, for a great number have not been able to conquer those tendencies which so long have been permitted to rule. The press of circumstances and the negative conditions everywhere manifest seemingly have been too much for them, and they have become utterly discouraged, not knowing that they actually have within themselves the power to rise out of these conditions, and that help is waiting the moment they awaken from their despondency, and definitely determined to do the best they can to prove the truth of what was stated in the booklet. It is for such that this new message is written, with the earnest desire that all who read will be so inspired by its truth that they will make the necessary effort and will thus receive the good that has been waiting for them from the very beginning. We first urge that everyone who reads procure a copy of The Way Out, if one is not already owned, and that it is studied carefully and prayerfully. It would do no good merely to read it, even just to study it, unless what is given you to do is faithfully tried until proven. That is, try day after day in all your thinking, speaking and acting for at least 1 month. If you will do it that long, we promise that such a change will manifest in your consciousness and likewise in your affairs, that it will be a turning point in your life. And you will never again return to the old way of thinking and acting. Is it not then worth the effort? Then do not let anything prevent your making a supreme effort, asking God to give you the strength and ability to accomplish what we have shown. And that is the end of the preface. I will add lesson number 1 to it. God within you. God within you. Now, we are going to try to make clear to you the statement in The Way Out, that God is within you. Make it so clear that never more will you think of Him as somewhere up in the skies. My goodness. My goodness. Nor will you be uncertain as to who or what He is. I think this is one of the biggest or the greatest misconceptions that we have about God. But let's go on. He said, first, try to realize that the life animating and growing you is not your life. That you have no control over it. That it does things to you and causes you to do things. And puts you through all the experiences you are undergoing without your consent. And that seemingly it knows just what it is doing and must have a very wise and loving purpose in doing it. My goodness. When you understand this, you will stop saying it is my life and I do whatever I want to do with it. You have no life. Likewise, the consciousness that you call yours, seemingly receives all its ideas and thoughts and impressions wholly independently on your will or desire. For they come into your mind when they will, and they influence your feelings and actions continually, and you have little power to prevent it. Also, you will admit that you have no power of your own, that you can think or speak or do only as the power to do these things is given from within, and that something doing all this unquestionably is a greater, far wiser, and a very loving something that knows always what to do, how to do what to do, and when to do what to do, and knows the end from the very beginning, and is apparently trying to teach your human mind about itself. My God. Teach it the lessons contained in each experience and the laws back of life and of physical manifestation. Oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. I receive it. Because that something is so different from and yet is so intimate a part of you that you call you. It must be akin to what is termed as God. Therefore, we have called it the higher self, and it is in fact the very God who is in you. It is like a ray of reflection of God's mind shining somewhere deep within your consciousness, a light which shineth in the darkness, but the darkness, which is the outer human mind, does not know it. For certainly, when it can get your mind's attention and you listen, it displays a wisdom that is so near to that of God as the human mind can conceive. And those who heed and obey are given a glimpse of something wonderful, which, while inexpressible, is altogether divine and most satisfying. And that brings us to the end of lesson number 1 from the book, The Way Beyond. This is our 3rd book, and I am really, really excited about these books by Joseph Ben. I beg you, in the name of God, please listen to this, not once, not twice, but 3 times. As I always say, that's why I keep it short. Whilst you are driving, play it in your car. Whilst you are doing the dishes, play it. Whilst you are taking a walk, listen to it. The more you listen to it, the more you become, the more it becomes a part of you. And that way that is beyond will be uncovered unto you, even in Jesus' mighty name. God bless you. And please don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Heirs of God TV, perfecting saints to become like Christ. Thanks for tuning in, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on becoming all you were born to be.